The library has a new course resource list system that allows you to submit course resource requests and readings directly to the library through Blackboard. In order to do that, you just have to add a tool link to your Blackboard course site. So I'm going to hover over the little plus button here and click Tool Link. And then the type of tool I'm going to add is the course reserve list. And then you can name this menu item whatever you like. And then check off that it's available to users so that your students can actually see it. And you can see that it's now on your menu. Once I click that link, it's going to initiate a connection between the library's course resource system and Blackboard. But it's still operating within the confines of Blackboard, as you can see here. So I'm going to launch that. And the first thing I'm going to get prompted to do is provide the basic information to the library about the course. So I'm going to set the dates of the course, and this will sort of control things like how long the materials are available, if there's any files or digitized items, how long the list will be visible, and stuff like that. I can also indicate the number of participants and which department that this class is in. And then I'm going to hit Create to finish. So that has created a course that has connected with the library's new course resource system. And now I need to create a reading list or a resource list for it. And there's two ways that I can do that. The preferred way is to create a list from scratch using the new course resource system, and I'll show you how to do that in a moment. But if you want, you can also upload a document containing your reading list as you would have in the past, and then we can work with you to create that list within the new course resource system. However, after the first time a list is created, if you want to reuse that list in the future, you no longer need to submit a document anymore. You can simply use the new system and it will perpetually exist as long as you need it. So if I'm creating a new list from scratch in the system, I just click that button, provide some basic information about the course, and then I need to choose what the section layout will be. So you can have custom sections to organize your readings. You can have one big section. I'm going to choose weekly readings, so this will allow me to organize all the different citations by the week of the course. So now you can see that I've got a nice blank reading list to work with. So the big question is, how do I add new resources to it? So this plus button here is the way to add items. So if I hit plus, it's going to connect you automatically to all of the library's holdings and resources, so electronic and physical. So I can search for a specific title, or if I'm just doing a keyword search, I can try to dig up something I'm interested in. I'll just do a quick search on epigenetics in this case. And you can see that there's a lot of resources that come up, and I can filter them by resource type or just start scrolling through. Most likely you'll have a specific title you're looking for, which will narrow down your search quite a bit. I'm going to select this book, which is a physical item, and I can choose which week of the course this book applies to. And then I'm going to hit Add. And you can see that right away it's already in my reading list. And it also tells me live availability information, so students will know, is this book checked out right now? Is someone else have it? Is it available? It provides that information in real time to them, along with information like where it's located. If I click on the title, I get more information. And I can even do something like make a digitization request. So if there is simply a chapter or a portion of this book that you want to use for your class and you'd like us to digitize it, you could submit a request and then we will double check against the copyright requirements. So you indicate which pages you'd like and then hit submit. And then we will get a notification that tells us that we should process this request when you send your list to us. You can also add notes to a list. You can see that there are public and private notes. So if you wanted to add information for your students in your class, you can probably add something better than that, but this is just an example. So you can provide a little note there for your students. And you can see that on the citation that pops up there. So you might indicate why this is important, or what key concepts are part of this reading. Different things that you might want to indicate to people. So I added a physical item, but I can also add an electronic resource. So I'm going to look at my search results here, and you can see that there is a journal article available as well. So I'm going to click on this one, and I'm also going to add it, and this time I'm going to choose week 3. And you can see that it's now added to my list. The nice thing about electronic resources is that they give you a link that immediately will take you to the article, so you can download the PDF or read the article right here. So there's also a way to add citations from resources that are outside of the library's holdings and resources. So if there was an external website that you wanted to add, you could do that too. In order to add resources from outside, you click on the user menu, the Cite It button, and just drag this little Cite It link to your bookmarks toolbar on your web browser. So now whenever I'm on another website, I will be able to import a citation related to that website directly into my reading list. So this might be useful for things like videos on YouTube or TED Talks. So let's take a look at that. So imagine I wanted to add a citation to this TED Talk into my course resource list. All I have to do is click the Cite It button, and you can see it's going to pop up the bibliographic information, and it's going to ask me to choose a course and a section, and then I'm going to add and close. And it tells me this was successfully added. So when I go back here, you can see that I now have this TED Talk embedded in my course reading list, and I can click to view it. Assuming that these are all the readings that we need for my course, of course you'll have more than that most likely. Maybe sometimes you'll just be using one thing, but whenever you're finished adding readings to your reading list, you can just click Send List, and it will direct the list to the library. And it will tell us the list has been sent to the library to process. So what this does is it enables us to check any digitization requests like we saw. If there's a physical item in the library that we need to change its location to move it to the course reserve desk instead of in the regular shelves, we can process that, and we can just make sure that the reading list is in working order. And then once it's done, we'll communicate with you, and that list will be made public to your students. And again, once the list is published, your students will be able to access directly within their Blackboard site, so they won't have to go anywhere else to find the readings. Everything will be done in one place.